What up, fish peeps? This is the first video in a series of my progress in changing my fish room over to the garage. I'm going to give you guys a little inside look of the mess. I'll show you the shed and let you know a little bit of how we're going to proceed. So let's check it out. See, as I come out of my living room, go straight into my garage here. It is still a little bit messy, but if you've looked at my videos in the past, you can see this garage looked a lot different. I got all the shelves off. It's actually pretty empty compared to what it used to be. But this is going to be the new fish room. Over here in this bump out, it's like a single stall garage with this extra like bump out, I call it. If you come out of my living room through this door, you can see my desk here. This is where I'm going to stream. So I'm going to be setting up my computer and making my videos and editing and doing my live streams. And, you know, I'm going to be showing you where I'm going to place some of my aquariums. I was going to take this bottom shelf down, but I think I will keep it here. Several shelves I already took out of here. I had a shelf going all the way across that wall. I kept that one there. And there was one on this wall over here with stuff on it. My father-in-law has to come up, and this is all the rest of his stuff from his house. He has to go through and pick what he wants, doesn't want, wants to take with him. He'll be driving up from Florida for that. For this section here, I cannot put an aquarium on this wall because I have to be able to access the attic. As you can see from the tropical storm last night, it blew. I have a leak coming through my chimney, and it blew the tarp off, and I had a bucket up there, but the bucket was knocked over. So I got that in place to catch the water, but no worries, all this is getting fixed. I already have a guy coming to fix the chimney, but I had to have him build my shed first. So that'll be addressed, that'll be fixed. So moving along, my idea is to, we'll start over here. On this back wall here, it's exactly 4 foot. This will be directly behind where I'm streaming. And I think it's only appropriate to have my very first fish tank here as my background drop. And it's going to be my 55-gallon tiger barb tank because that was my very first aquarium. And what's nice is it's actually going to fit in here perfect because the 55, you know, it's got that narrow footprint and it's only 12 inches. So it's not even going to go past this window trim. And it's not going to go past that wall. So it'll fit perfect in this space and be a nice backdrop during live streams. Going around the corner here in this little spot, I plan to put my 29-gallon. Walking over here, I can fit two 125s on this wall. I was going to reserve this space for my monster tank when I get it, but right now it's just not feasible to do that because, one, I don't want to get my first monster tank, and two, it's usable space I don't want to not use. So I'm going to put my third 125 here, making sure I keep space in between the aquariums. If I ever do get my monster tank, I've decided I'm just going to put it smack dab in the middle of all of them like an island. Over here I was a little disappointed. I am unable to use this entire wall for aquariums just because there's 2 things I just can't bring out of here. 1, the generator, 2, the air compressor. And my jack stands, because I still am going to have to do air pressure in your car, in your tires. I'm going to have to jack it up at times, and there's no sense in taking this stuff out to the shed to bring it in here. So these have to stay. The heating and cooling unit's going to be mounted right here, so that takes up additional wall space, therefore less space for aquariums. When it's all said and done, I may be able to put 1 tank down there at the end. We're going to talk more about the tanks I got to bring out and how I'm going to design it. We won't go into further detail other than that because I still got to figure some things out. Whether I got to build a rack to hold all my 120 or all my 10 gallons, the 220-gallon longs, and I got that quarantine 30-gallon I'm using. I'm going to have a little quarantine area set up out here. Let me give you a shot of the shed. You can kind of see it back there now. I think you already saw it earlier, but we'll show you the shed out here. So thanks to the hurricane, it is wet, or tropical storm. But this is the shed. They got it finished up yesterday. They put the doors on, the ramp. As soon as I got home and the ramp was done, I went ahead and got my mowers out of the garage and put them in here, which was great, which freed that space up for my streaming area, so I wiped the walls down and cleaned. But here's the shed here. Nice big shed I had built to bring everything that was in the garage out to here. Seeing a little water here. Hoping that just came through the doors. We don't have a leak. I'll have to talk to Mike about that. But that's shed. So progression. So as you can see, I did go ahead and get the garage door insulated. I put a new bottom seal on the bottom of this garage here, and I used insulating tape all around each section because once this is heated and cooled, right, we want to try to keep that in as much as possible. The idea is to never open this until I get my monster tank, haha. But yeah, and this garage was already finished like this, you know, when I bought the house. So drywall, finished ceilings. So it's going to work out perfect. So once we get the rest of this stuff out here, and I get the heating and cooling unit installed, then I'm having him build me a ramp that comes out of this door. It's got to be a beefy ramp and long. I need it to be long because when I'm going to jack the tanks up, put casters under them, and just wheel the tank and everything straight out here. So I need the least incline as possible. So a nice long durable ramp. It's going to go over the threshold so I don't have to worry about the wheels getting caught on that. And I'm going to wheel each tank out right into the garage and place them where I want. And then get them off the casters and fill them and back to normal until I get all the aquariums out here. And looking around the current fish room, the one that everybody's been used to, I got to get all these aquariums out there. And I really got to plan it out. I was planning out a little bit yesterday with the tape measure, measuring, see where I want to put stuff. Like I said, I know where the 55-gallon Tiger Barb tank is going. I know where the 29's going. I know where all 325s are going. But then I have to figure out how and where I'm going to put these two 75s. There's a 10-gallon down there and there. There's two 10-gallons here. And then I got two 20-gallon longs. And then I have this 30-gallon quarantine tank, grow out tank, vacation tank, whatever you want to call it. When I get them out there, I do not want any of the aquariums on the floor. I've never liked doing this. It's harder to work in them. It's inconvenient. It's not efficient. So I'm going to probably do the old cinder block board rack to get everything in line, in a row, up at a nice working level. Same with this. Now this isn't bad. I kind of like this little thing I put together, but still the tank's down there, which isn't a huge deal. I may have just used this the way it is out there, but I still got to find a spot for all this stuff. Like I said earlier, I was going to designate that one wall for my monster tank, but it's just not feasible because I got to find a place for all these aquariums. If I do get one in the near future, it can go right in the middle. That's it so far. I'm going to keep you guys updated as this thing progresses. It is moving, and it's moving fast now, especially since we got that shed built. So you don't want to miss these updates. Stay tuned. Let me know in the comments what you think. Give me some ideas if you have them. So check you on the flip side. Be safe out there and stay dry.